You bought a set of irons because the review said forgiving. That word cost you an extra $400. And your handicap hasn't budged in 18 months. Let that sit for a second. The iron set in your bag right now, the one you spent a week researching, the one the pro shop pushed as the game changer, might be your single biggest financial mistake this season. Not because it's a bad club, because of what it cost you compared to what it actually delivers. Here's the reality. Most golfers spend between $800 and $1,700 on a new iron set every 3 years. That's according to the National Golf Foundation's 2023 Equipment Expenditure Survey. They tracked 12,000 recreational players. The ones who upgraded on that schedule saw zero average handicap improvement over the full 3-year cycle. Zero. Now, I'm not saying equipment never matters. I'm saying most of what you paid for never made it to your swing. You bought a story about yourself that the manufacturer wrote, and you're not alone. And since you just saw the number that proves it, zero handicap improvement over 3 years, here's something worth doing right now. Subscribe if you want to keep seeing the actual data behind the claims, not just the marketing. I'm laying out the real financials of this game, one hidden cost at a time. And in the comments, drop the word forgiving if you've fallen for that promise on at least one club purchase. I want to see how many of us have been caught by the same word. Quick question before we get to the list. How many of these iron marketing promises have you heard in the past year? Maximum forgiveness across the face. Tour-inspired shaping for better turf interaction. Multi-material construction for optimized launch. These phrases are designed to do one thing: make you feel like your current set is obsolete. The data supports this. Consumer Reports tested 47 iron models across 5 price tiers in 2022. Their finding: there is no statistically significant correlation between retail price and distance accuracy for mid-handicap players. None. A $700 set performed identically to a $1,700 set when tested by the same golfer with the same swing. Let that number sit for a second. Here's where it gets uncomfortable. That $1,700 set you're eyeing, the one with the tungsten weighting and the milled face and the proprietary shaft. The Golf Digest Money Game analysis from last November compared 5 premium iron sets against 5 game improvement sets from 3 years prior. The older sets were within 2% of the premium sets on launch angle, spin rate, and dispersion. 2%. That means you're paying $800 for a 2% improvement that most golfers can't feel, can't measure on the scorecard, and will forget about by the 3rd round. But here's the pattern nobody talks about. The iron market has engineered a specific dependency. You buy the forgiving set. Your swing doesn't change. The manufacturer says you need more forgiveness. You upgrade. Nothing changes again. But now you've spent $3,000 over 6 years, and your handicap is exactly where it started. You've been set up to chase a number that was never designed to move. Now let me name the 5 iron types that waste your money. Not specific brands, the designs that are engineered to separate you from your cash. Number 1. The Tour-inspired blade for mid-handicappers. This is a club that looks like a pro's weapon, but plays like a brick on toast. The average PGA Tour Pro strikes the center of the face 92% of the time. The average recreational golfer? 41%. You're buying a tool designed for someone who hits it perfectly, and you don't hit it perfectly. That's not a skill gap. That's a marketing trap. Number 2. The speed-focused hollow body iron. These are marketed as distance missiles with forgiveness. The reality is they produce inconsistent spin rates and unpredictable stopping power. A 2021 study from Golf Laboratories tested 7 hollow body models. 5 of them showed spin variation of over 800 RPMs between center and off-center strikes. That means your 7-iron can either hold a green or roll 15 feet past it, and you won't know which until you're standing over the next putt. Number 3. The multi-material hybrid iron set. These have plastic inserts, composite backs, and titanium faces. The engineering is impressive, The durability is not. Consumer Reports followed 50 golfers using multi-material irons over 2 seasons. 23% reported face fatigue or insert separation within 18 months. That's a $1,700 investment with a 3-year shelf life. Number 4, the custom fit premium set sold as the only path to improvement. Club fitting is valuable. Don't misunderstand me. But when the fitting session is designed to upsell you to the most expensive shafts, grips, and head options, the custom part becomes a pricing mechanism, not a performance boost. A fitter friend of mine told me once, I can fit anyone into a $1,200 set that works, but the shop wants me to fit you into the $2,000 set that sells. Number 5. The limited edition or tour release iron. These are identical to last year's model with a different finish or a special serial number. Golf WRX tracked 6 limited iron releases from 2020 to 2023. 5 of them were functionally identical to the previous year's standard model. The price premium averaged 42%. Now here's the truth that ties this together. You've been paying for what the brand wants you to believe about yourself, that you're a serious golfer, that you deserve the best. That spending more means caring more. By now, you've seen the pattern in all 5 traps, the same engineered dependency, just dressed up differently each time. If that resonates, subscribe to this channel. I'm building a collection of these breakdowns, one for every major equipment category, so you never walk into a pro shop blind again. And in the comments, tell me which of these 5 iron types you've owned. I want to know which trap caught the most of us. If you've ever stood over a new iron and felt your game drop instead of rise, you know that quiet guilt. It's not your fault. You were set up. The 3 iron sets that actually improve your game aren't the flashiest, the most expensive, or the most heavily advertised. They're the ones that match your actual swing speed, your actual miss pattern, and your actual budget. The ones that don't make you feel like you're falling behind every time a new model drops. Here's what that looks like. First, an iron set with consistent offset through the set, not the one with progressive offset that changes feel from club to club. Second, a set with standard lofts, not the jacked lofts that make your 7 iron go as far as a 5 iron, but leave you with gaping yardage holes in your bag. Third, a set that's been on the market for at least 2 years. If the manufacturer hasn't improved it in 24 months, it means they couldn't. And a stable design is usually a tested one. That's the counter principle. Buy the proven design, not the fresh hype. Spend the difference on range time and lessons. Your handicap will move faster than it ever did with a new set of sticks. One more thing before I close this chapter. The clubs that waste your money aren't the ones in your bag. They're the ones in your head. The idea that next year's model will fix what this year's swing couldn't. The belief that spending more means caring more. The story that a 2% difference in spin rate will change your scorecard. The system works because each upgrade feels like progress, but progress costs money. And the only way out is to see the mechanism clearly, so you can stop feeding it. In the next chapter, I'll show you exactly which shaft upgrade is a complete waste of cash, and which one might actually shave strokes. It's the single most overpriced component in golf today, and most golfers don't even know they're paying for it. If that next chapter is exactly what you need to hear next, subscribe now so you don't miss it. I'm breaking down every overpriced part of your bag, one piece at a time, until nothing is hidden. And before you go, drop one word in the comments: counter. That's the mindset shift. Buy the proven design, not the fresh hype. Let me see who's ready to stop feeding the system.